If you're new here, hi, my name's Piper Brown. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator in California, and today I'm going full teacher mode. I want to show you guys how to make zines. I've been making zines for a while now, and I think that they're really fun to make, and I think you guys would have fun with them too. So here's the zine we're going to be making today. It is a 7-day of sketches. These are just sketches I do a couple times a month, and then I pick my favorite ones and I make it into a little zine. It looks a little something like this. Wow. Ooh. Ah. And then that's the back. First, let's start with the supplies. So, you are gonna need a hard flat surface. I have this little cutting board that I love to use to make zines. So a table will do, the floor, whatever you got handy, go ahead and use it. You're also going to need a nice pair of scissors. These are just scissors that I had in my junk drawer, so we're gonna use these. And you need something that can flatten stuff. So I have this spatula that I like to use, but you could use anything. You could use a rock, you could use a pen, you can use your social security card, anything you want as long as it can flatten some paper. And lastly, you're gonna need a nice blank piece of paper that you can put all of your cool stuff on. We have the supplies, we have the paper, let's get started. So I think it's really important to show you guys how the folding is supposed to work. So I drew out this for you. So this is how I do the zines. So I number them in a funky way. It's not going to make sense now, but I promise I will later. So this is going to be my front cover. That's page 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll explain while they're flipped later. 6, 7, and then 8 is the back cover. So I have them flipped because when you're putting your images on the paper, you want to make sure that they're flipped, because when you're folding all of this and getting all funky, it's going to flip the correct way. So here's the paper, but let me show you what it looks like when I have all of the goodies on it. So here's my paper with all of the stuff on it. So I have my front cover, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 is my back cover. But this is what it's gonna look like. And then as you can see, I have these guys flipped because when I fold them, they're gonna be upside down, but once everything's all put together, it's gonna look really nice and really cute. So let's go ahead and start folding this. All right, the first fold we want to do is hot dog fold. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip it upside down. And then I'm going to hot dog fold it. So I'm going to try to get the lines as clean as I can. That looks good enough. And then I'm going to flatten this out, and I'm going to take my trusty spatula, but you can take your card, you can take your pen, whatever you have handy, and I'm just going to flatten that edge really, really, really flat. Like that. And now we're just gonna keep folding it until it gets smaller. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna fold it in half right here. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna flip it, and I always like to have the front cover on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold here, and I'm gonna grab my trusty spatula, and let's go ahead and just make this nice and flat, like that. And then we're gonna fold it one more time. We're gonna cut it in half, we're gonna fold it in half right here. So let's go ahead and fold one more time. Try to get those lines as straight as possible. And I'm gonna flatten this with my spatula. Okay, so that was the first round of folds. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna unfold it like this. And now it has all the nice creases in it. All right, now we're gonna do another fold. We're gonna fold it hamburger style. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fold it here, right in the middle, like this. I'm gonna go ahead and flatten out those edges. And this is the part where you're gonna need the scissors. So I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm gonna cut right in the middle here, but I'm only gonna go halfway. So where all of these creases meet, right in the center, that's where I'm gonna stop. So it's gonna look a little something like this. Go right there, and I'm gonna stop. And then let me show you what that looks like. So I only stopped in the middle, and then when I unfold it, there's like this little opening right there in the center. And that's really important. There we go. Now this is the fun part where we fold it. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna try to fold it hot dog, but you're gonna notice it's a little flimsy, but that's okay. So we're gonna fold it hot dog. We're gonna take these two edges and we're gonna push them together like that. And it's gonna kind of automatically do that weird little bend. And that's exactly what you want. So you're gonna go ahead, take these two edges, push them together like that. And then let me go ahead and flatten this out a little bit so it's not so bumpy. And now you have a zine. What I like to do is I like to go through each page and flatten it out just a little more. So that way when I lay it down on something, it's not opening on its own. So I like to go through page by page. And when I'm flattening it, I take my tool and I pull towards me. That helps it kind of line up a little nicer when it's folded. So I'm just gonna pull towards me. And I get to the back one and same thing, pull towards me. And then let me go ahead, clean off that edge there. And there you go. We have the zine. Let me go ahead and pull our little template here so you can see how everything folded. So we have number 1, that was our front cover. And then when we open it, we have number 2, that was right there. We have number 3, 4, and 5 that were here. And then we have 6 and 7. And then we have 8, our back cover. So it kind of, you can kind of see how all of this weird mumble jumble ended up looking pretty cool. And that, my friends, is how you make zines. I hope you had fun watching this little tutorial on how to make zines, and totally let me know if you make one. I would love to see what kind of zines you make. Thank you so much. I love all of you guys. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!